PlayStation exclusives on the PC is still a pretty new concept, and Sony has been very conservative with their most recent releases. But a new developer at Sony is about to make these releases a lot more abundant. What's up guys, back with another video. Today, I want to talk about PlayStation and more specifically Sony, as it's looking like they are going all in on the PC platform with the news of their most recent acquisition. For those who are under the radar, Sony announced two major acquisitions last week. The first being HouseMark, which is unsurprising considering the fact that HouseMark has worked very closely with Sony in the past. They've developed a pretty good relationship. This makes a lot of sense. Now the next acquisition that they announced was a lot more interesting and a lot more surprising as well. Nix Software. Now, Nix Software is known primarily as a porting developer, a PC porting developer. They are known mostly for porting over Square Enix games, most notably the rebooted Tomb Raider franchise and the most recent Deus Ex games. Now, Sony has said that they do want to start bringing more PlayStation games over to the PC side of things. We saw this with the PC release of Horizon Zero Dawn last year and the PC release of Days Gone earlier this year. There was also a fairly recent interview with Herman Holst of PlayStation Studios where he mentioned that they want to start bringing more PlayStation games and experiences to the PC platform. These recent developments have shown that PlayStation does have an interest, but the fact that they've acquired a developer that specializes in PC ports means that they're taking it a lot more seriously. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people may disagree with this decision. I do remember there being some pushback with the announcement of Days Gone going over to the PC. With Horizon Zero Dawn, a lot of people didn't really care that much, at least not from what I remember, because I think the thought was, oh well, this is just a one-time thing. Plus, the game is 3 years old, who cares, right? But with Days Gone, the game was only 2 years old, and it was the second PlayStation exclusive to go over to the PC. I do remember people getting caught off guard a little bit with that announcement, and that really started getting people talking, because instead of a one-off with Horizon Zero Dawn, people started to see that this is looking like it's starting to become a pattern. It really got people thinking about the nature of PlayStation exclusives going forward. I got a feeling that we're about to start seeing a lot more PlayStation games released on the PC in the next couple of years. I think Sony is definitely starting to see the monetary gain from doing this. I mean, look at Horizon Zero Dawn on the PC. That game sold over 700,000 copies on Steam when it launched. And Days Gone, while it didn't sell as much as Horizon Zero Dawn, still did very well and ended up being the top selling game on Steam that week. The PC gaming platform is just way too big to ignore at this point, and Sony knows this, and that is why they're taking the necessary steps to capitalize on it. And I don't blame them. I mean, if you look at what Microsoft is doing with their PC releases and Xbox, it's working out very well for them, and it only makes sense for Sony to do the same. Now, does this mean that Sony will start releasing their games on the PC day and date with the console? Probably not anytime soon. But I do think that in the future, maybe 3 to 5 years down the line, I do think for some games, we may start to see that happen. Now, I'm pretty sure that there are owners of the PlayStation 4 and 5 that might not be too thrilled with their exclusives going over to the PC, but I really don't think it's that big of a deal, and it's not all that bad. As a matter of fact, Nix Software being acquired by Sony is actually good news really for everybody. PC gamers get higher quality PC ports, and Sony's internal developers don't have to spend any time on those ports. They can spend 100% of their resources on the PlayStation versions, making the native PlayStation versions even better. Something that I'm pretty curious about is whether or not this is going to have an effect on the release window on the PC releases. With Horizon Zero Dawn and Days Gone, there is a 2 to 3 year window after the console release. But now with a dedicated studio for the PC ports, does that mean that we'll start getting the PC releases sooner? Personally, I hope so. As for which games are going to get PC ports next, Well, I think there are a couple of options. First of all, there's Uncharted 4, which was hinted at or leaked in an internal Sony document where they talked about future PC releases. Uncharted 4 was specifically mentioned as a future release, so Nixxes could be developing that. They could be working on the PC release of Final Fantasy VII Remake now that the PlayStation 5 version is out. I'm sure that there's some games that Sony is holding a little bit more closer to their chest and don't want to bring over to the PC at all, really. Games like Ratchet & Clank, Spider-Man, God of War. I don't really see those games getting a PC release. Sony may feel that if they brought some of those franchises over to the PC that might devalue the brand in some way. I could be reading a little bit too into it, but it's all still very up in the air. I think for the most part, Sony is going to stick with mostly older PlayStation 4 exclusives. As a PC guy, I am super psyched. The ability to play some of PlayStation's best exclusives at higher frame rates and higher resolutions, dude, sign me up. Now don't get me wrong, I still love playing exclusives on my PlayStation 5. But the fact that some of these exclusives are going to be ported over to the PC means that I can jump back into those games and experience them all over again in a totally different way, which makes me pretty freaking hype. But hey, that's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think about more PlayStation games coming over to the PC in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, give it a like, consider subscribing, and if you do, make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss out on all of these awesome videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, pieces, deuces, and everything in between.